Is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we'll have to watch the guys up front. The Dolphins are top 10 in total sacks. That's a team that will need to deal with them all game.
Larry, it was a little late in getting here, but autumn has arrived on a beautiful November day in Miami, Florida. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Miami 5. Call it the 26-yard line. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Play action, Tannehill. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken around the 12. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So the D-line's going to spread out.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. He was trying to find Ladarius Green there as tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll run for the first time with Hill. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11.
Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now. Green, 39. All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
They'll drop to throw. Got him in. It's Brashad Perriman. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Now, this worked, so I guess I shouldn't be nitpicking too much, but they only had a couple of inches to go. Why fake punt?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. If you're going to go ahead and try and pick it up in that short of a distance, I wouldn't even gone to fake punt formation. This is like using up a big play for no reason at all. Leave your offense on the field and pick it up. But again, what were we doing? We're nitpicking, right? Because they did get it.
It worked. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
2nd down now after the pass completion.
Here we go now. 3,
He'll look to throw. And this one hauled in by Will Tye. And that time he's smothered as he's wrestled down at the 36. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. He got 29 yards that time.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Jeremy Hill, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. Update now from a game going on in Pittsburgh. And the Steelers there out to an early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. To the right side here, the tight end Thomas. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
They make so many catches that are so tough, so acrobatic, so difficult, that it often surprises me when they actually turn the ball over. You know, when the ball actually comes free. It's amazing sometimes because of what we see them do on so many different plays.
Had the catch, but couldn't control it on the contact. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it's a second down. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Following the penalty, it's Hill. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Perriman in motion right. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Let's go. Blue lining. Blue lining.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out.
Let's go. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Hurry up. Here we go. Green line. Detroit. Detroit. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Gun. 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 Gun.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys. Because the offensive guys are always taught, find the 1st down sticks and make the play. On defense, what do you want to do? Guard the 1st down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the 1st down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
Jakeem Grant now to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
On first down, it's Tannehill. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Here we go. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And, Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Let's go. 3-19.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Hurry up. Here we go. Green, 30.
They'll look to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. And Ndamukong Suh in there to drop him. And his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Shaquem Grant back deep for Miami. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Dolphins now. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Play action. It's Tannehill. It's complete to Drake. And down he'll go at the 25. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And an alley to run. And he finds Julius Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. From the gun, here's Tannehill. He goes underneath to Drake. And he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Going deep here for Still. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Kenny Stills, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins able to get this back within a touchdown. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And New York set to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. The Jets on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Miami after this. They'll look to throw here on first down. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Here we go now.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They run it again with Hill. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And the Dolphins have got it.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They're in the second quarter at Heinz Field, and it's the Browns out to the early advantage. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
To throw on second down is Tannehill. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
On first down, Tannehill. On the left side, this is Stills. 23 yards on the play. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They're in the second quarter at Heinz Field. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill fighting through, eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. play action. Tannehill. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And the kick by Butker is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So a field goal here, they're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
Fielded about a yard deep. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
The Jets on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. They'll set up a throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Charles Harris in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Tannehill now to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Dolphins on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw, Tannehill. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
They'll try to get the offense going with Hill. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Again, it's Hill. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. So it is 3rd down now, but less than a yard to go.
Let's go! Blue landing! Blue landing! Leopard! Leopard! No, check! Patriot! Patriot!
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Looking for the... And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Byron Maxwell.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They'll try and get the running game going here with Murray. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. 6 yards to go here on 2nd down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. Tannehill finding Stills, and it's a Dolphin 1st down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Elsewhere, second half action at Heinz Field. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Read it well, and it's picked. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Let's go!
They'll run on 1st down. Hill. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Now back to throw. That's caught out left by Perriman. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Brashad Perriman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the interception by the Jets D leads to a touchdown. And the lead is up to 14. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now here come the Dolphins. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z. And see if...
And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. Well, I think a Dolphin was able to fall on it. Yes, they'll keep possession here.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at about the 31. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
All right, here we go.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Fresh set of downs here. They'll set up to throw. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What do I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Back now in Miami. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. The Jets on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And Sturgis able to knock it through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the fourth.
Now it's Sturgis converted on the field goal. Now he'll send this one away on the kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
8 yards to go here on 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides to avoid the hit. Tannehill able to take off and pick up the first as well.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
A good pickup there, a 22. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. And now here is another interception. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. A good pickup there of 20 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Let's go.
And once again, Hill, he's been busy. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but, you know, the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. And on 2nd and 10 now.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Again, they run with Hill. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
To the 40 and no further, so the razzle-dazzle didn't get him much. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Now carry number 20 here for Hill. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Jets, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for Miami, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin.